Welcome back, everybody. Now, in a few days, a champion who was only released last month in March of 2021 is getting buffed in May of 2021. So today, what I thought we could do was we could revisit Thor, Hela, Angela, Loki, and yeah, I think that's it. But Thor, Hela, Angela, and Loki's father. And see what he can do. Now, I'm very against this champion getting buffed. He's only been released like for a few months. I say it should be at least a year before a champion should get buffed if like they're a new release champion. But that's just my opinion, and but that's just my opinion. I don't think he should be getting buffed. I think they should wait many months. But he's not an amazing champion. He's not a bad champion either. Alright, but today we are going to be going into the last quest of Act 3. And the reason I did heavy attacks was so I could get the Odin Force. Now, if you look where my buffs are, you can see that yellow buff with 2 stacks on it. Whenever you use a heavy attack, you gain a stack. However, the max is 2. Once you try to get 3, it'll drop back down to 1. But the reason I did that was so I can get the energizers. I'm trying to land a heavy attack right now, so I can have 2 of the Odin Force charges. And when you throw a special attack with 2, you always gain something extra. But with the special 3, the reason I threw the SP3 was so I could gain an extend buff. So all future buffs I get will be increased, their duration will be increased by 25%. Now I throw the SP1 here, and I had 2 charges. So I get a Bulwark buff, increasing block proficiency, and I get True Strike from the SP1. Now once you have all this set up, as many buffs as possible, you do go ahead and throw the SP2. But yeah, that's just basically how Odin works. Alright, but we are going to be going into the final quest of Act 4 near the end of the video. So if you want to just head over there right now to see a longer fight. We'll be going up against the Hulk at the very end of Act 4, the one with all the physical resistance. Alright, but I forgot to explain what the Odin Sleep was. Now, every other fight, or what the Odin Sleep does is it gives you a Fury buff and an Armor Up buff. And if you want to have it, you always start the quest with it, and as a defender, he will always have it. However, in order, like after you win a fight, you will lose it, and you need to win a fight with another teammate in order to get it back. So this is him with no, without any Odin Sleep. So you can definitely see his damage output is a whole lot worse. And you still want to do the same rotation with the heavy attacks. And I forgot to mention earlier that the heavy attacks only give you a certain amount of Energizer depending on how many unique buffs you have on yourself. Alright, but yeah, the max is, I believe, 5 stacks. Alright, but I throw the SP3, I get the extend buff, and yeah, so now it's time to throw the SP1. I do like to wait when I'm a little bit closer to the end of the SP1 and closer to kind of like the SP2. Just because I like to have those buffs for as close as I can to the SP2. But remember what the SP1 does is it gives me True Strike and extra block proficiency. Now it's time to throw off the SP2, and you can see we got a decent amount of red damage there, but I'm telling you, it gets so much better with the Odin Sleep. Now, yeah, I get the dex right there, and now that I have this, it's just time to keep going for SP2s as long as I have all these buffs still. But yeah, if you want to keep the buffs for more, and I forgot to mention that the SP2 with the Odin Force, it refreshes all the personal buffs on him. And yeah, I don't think it gives him any more buffs though. Alright, but yeah, so that's how he is with no Odin Force fight. So I'm just gonna be skipping over this next Thor fight, and I'll be skipping over every other fight. There we go. I beat the Thor. But yeah, it's not like he's not amazing without the Odin Force, or I mean the Odin Sleep. All right, but now it is time to face Daredevil. And not Daredevil, Deadpool. And Deadpool is very simple. He's all of these Act 3 people are very simple to fight. They're just meant to give you a little bit of a preview of Act 4 and the bigger health pools. But yeah, so here I'm just remember I got the Odin Force. The Odin Force. I got both stacks, and now I'm just trying to race to the SP3. Alright, but yeah, there's nothing really happening right now. But yeah, for synergies today, we have the Mephisto synergy. So, it's basically like the opposite of the Doctor Doom synergy with himself, which is for every dead teammate, he gains extra 10% attack. This guy, for every alive teammate, he gains plus 5% attack. And it's the opposite for Mephisto. For every dead teammate, it's extra 5% attack. Alright, but I get out of the way of the SP2. I've thrown the SP1, and I forgot to mention that if you're close to the opponent, it pauses the all the timers for your buffs. However, if you're far away from the opponent, it does like keep the timer going. Alright, but there we go. That Deadpool is down. Now next we have a Captain Marvel, which we will be skipping over, and there we go. Alright, but yeah, so now we are on to Abomination, and Abomination is a champion who is annoying to fight, especially, it's probably the biggest challenge in this quest, maybe even more than Thanos, just because of his poison damage can get really annoying, especially when it's with 3 stars. Alright, but yeah, I get out of the way of the SP1. This dude does not have any kind of poison immunity or anything like that. So yeah, it's not amazing. But yeah, we got the Odin Force. We got a couple Energizer on us. But yeah, now it's time to go for the SP3. And the reason I like to go for the SP3 is, first, some people might say SP1, but I like to go for the SP3 first because the extend buffs gives it all for future buffs, not for current buffs. It's only for future. Alright, but I got out of the way of the SP2, and yeah, I have 2 poisons on me. Now I have 3 poisons on me, and my health is just getting eaten alive, and I just try to wait him out, but I am dead. Alright, but now it is time to go up against the Hulk in 4.4.6. And this Hulk has a crazy amount of physical resistance. Thankfully, the SP2 does not give all the red damage is energy damage, and that is not physical. So we will still be able to get full damage off of that. Alright, but first things first, we have to build up the Odin Force. And Karate Mike has said this, but the Odin sleep, like in the movies and in the comics, Odin is able to sleep, and then he doesn't have to sleep for years, and that's what it should be. Like, he should have to like sleep, but then he shouldn't have to sleep for a while amount of fights. And I'm hoping that's what his buff is. If I were to do anything to this guy to make him incomparable to right now, it would be him always have the Odin sleep no matter what. And then probably yeah, and then probably just all the SP2 damage by itself. And yeah, I'm not really sure what else. But maybe an indestructible somehow. Alright, but yeah, so right here I'm just trying to get out of the way of the SP1. I am able to dex it. Now, the result of this champion was very disappointing when he first came out, because everybody, like, in the movies and in the comics, Odin is, like, hugely really, really good and stuff. Alright, but here it's time to throw off the SP2. See how much damage it does. About 3,000 red damage. That is an unupgraded 3-star. Unawakened as well. I'm not really sure what his awakened ability does. Odin taps into his vast cosmic powers, effortlessly copying the abilities of his opponents. So I think it's basically like I would be able to steal the well, I don't think the physical resistance, since that's passive, but I'd be able to steal the Furies, I think. But not steal, just like we'd both have them. Alright, but that is the fight against the Hulk. And yeah, this does finish it for our video. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure to comment new videos you want to see. I'm always looking for new ones. Make sure to follow the Instagram. It tells you a lot about my MCOC account and my channel. And yeah, if you want to watch more of me, I post every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks for watching, guys. And see you guys later.